Alright, I'm going to do a Watch the Watcher, Advanced Concepts. Hiking trail is just loaded. This is a spring day. Wildflowers are blooming. There's probably 100 people hitting this trail here in the national park. And it gets like this. I like to come here and observe spots where the Bigfoot would hide out and watch people. Plus, it's easier for me to get lost in the crowd if I'm here by myself. They don't have to worry about a lot, but when you got this many people rummaging about, it becomes difficult. I did want to show you one area that I'd previously noted in the past on video. I actually got one standing right up there. So this appears to be one of their observation posts. And it's just right, this observation post is just right down from the parking lot. And they like to sit right up there and watch people walk by, kind of keep an eye on things. That's one of the positions. I'll show you other positions where I feel confident they watch from as we go up through here. This whole area right here that we're getting ready to go through is a narrow valley with steep hills on both sides. On the left side of the trail there's some caves, and I've actually recorded eye shine and face there looking out of the cave at me before. On the right side, again, I hadn't found any caves on the right side, but there are just literally hundreds, if not 1,000 places to hide and observe. And as I come around the corner here, you'll be able to see both the people on the trail up there coming at me, and you can see here the hillsides. Just a gazillion places to hide and observe. There's no doubt in my mind there's at least one Bigfoot now watching this trail, at least one. Now I gotta put the camera away so people won't stare at me. Up there's another observation area. I got a family just down here to my left. Children, 3 children, husband and father. The wife's perfume is so heavy I could smell it as she walked by. But just to give you an idea, sometimes I wonder if they're not even closer and up into this mess up here. If I was a Bigfoot, I would probably stay over there, just because if I do get discovered, I can watch the trail and be further away, easier escape. You can see the family there. The trail's full of these families right now. If we're lucky, we'll see some equestrians as well. This though is thicker. I don't know, you're closer to the trail. I guess for a Bigfoot it really doesn't matter. Either side of the trail would be sufficient, because no one's going to chase you if you're up in here anyway. But it's so thick that you could be almost right on the trail here and no one see you, but you could easily observe people as they walk by, no problem. The cave complex is actually right through there. Let me get my finger up there. In the storms last year, unfortunately several trees fell and have covered the front entrance of the cave, so you can't really see the entrance of the cave from the trail anymore, but it's in that direction, general direction. There's a large tree, it's fallen right in front of it, so either fallen or pushed once I discovered they were up there. But you can see how thick it is. This is rhododendron or mountain laurel, and it's evergreen and it's year-round regardless. Of course, with spring on, the lower foliage is just really on right now. And you get an idea of this old trail. This is actually an old road before the park was closed off in 1936. This was an active road, and right back there was a grist mill, and there are actually homes on top of the mountain up here, cabins, some fields. So this was really an active community before the Park Service took over and moved everyone out. I'm sure it looked quite a bit different. Loggers had pretty much stripped most of this. Most of the growth you see here is new growth within the last 70 years. With the blight. The forest was originally in this area American chestnut, and it was a whole different biosphere then. And then when the blight killed all the trees, of course they logged them because they were dying. So unless you were in the higher elevations, the lower elevations, which was mostly oaks, hardwoods, and of course American chestnut, then you had these other species come in. Most of it's oak, a lot of poplar, tulip poplars, one of the more prevalent trees, and oak, hickory, that kind of is what reforested. Had a lot of pines to begin with, but then I had a blight with a woolly adelgia. It's a mite, and that killed most of the pines and the hemlocks. Most of those are dying out, so this is changing over to mostly a traditional hardwood of hickory, oak, white oak, red oak, maple, water maple, regular. There's all kinds of different maple species, dogwood, most of your hardwood species. Here on this bank, you see where the bear come down out of this draw here and slide down the bank. But you can you get the idea of how thick this is, and how easy it would be to hide and observe here. Another area of interest. This is the area where I was with when Dave Pilates was with me, where we got yelled at off this little point in this growed up ravine. So I know that they hang out down in there, watch the trail. I also know that over on that hillside there's a series of small caves, so the big guys can live over there, hide over there. There's no trail, there's no way to get over there unless you rough it in. It's very steep, it's very rugged, extremely snaky. So all of this left side of the trail, they can make their home, slip in and out, and watch this trail. Keep an eye on all the human activity, and live quite comfortably and live I wanted to say anonymously. I can't speak today, but they can live hidden, secretly. Anyway, that's a good area. Alright, I'm coming back in here in the wilderness a little bit. I'm on what used to be there's a larger stream going up the middle of this valley. This used to be pasture field, actually. Of course now, 60 years later, it's all overgrown. But this is a good place to try to watch the watchers. It's also a place where I'm going to try to make some contact and do a little one-on-one with the camera turned off, see what I can come up with. But to give you an idea of that area here, the area, you have the stream and the laurel thicket coming through the bottom here. Right down here's a little branch that is fed by a spring, and there's a couple more. This area is just a very good area. A lot of water. A lot of place to hide. So I'm going to move on back in here about another quarter mile and then sit down. I just want to give you an idea of what this little place looks like. It's a very nice little area. I can envision 150 years ago having a cabin on the end of this point right there in that area. So you got running water year round. Clear all this out and plant your crops. A nice little area to live. Let's get on back in here. Alright. I am way back in here. I am off the trail. This area that I scouted out a couple weeks ago with my son. A couple of things of interest. We sat on this dead tree here. This tree fallen and ate. And then when we were done, we left a couple apples. Of course, the apples were gone. And I noticed this large, almost basketball size rock shows up. It wasn't here 2 weeks ago. You see, this is actually that's the side that used to be on the boat. So now it's all colored. But anyway, I don't have an explanation from where the rock came from or why the apples are gone. They just are. I'm going to turn the camera off here in just a minute and sit here quietly for about 30 minutes or so and talk to the Bigfoot and see if I can get any reaction. I'll rejoin you here in a little bit. As I watch the watchers. Well, I've spent some downtime, at least with the camera. I've been talking to them and made a few owl calls. Left 2 apples. And I did this little stick structure thing. They seem to, I found on my public land area that they don't like it. If I build a star structure, they're okay with it, but they don't like me balancing that stick parallel to the ground. And for like the last 3 weeks in a row in the public land area, I balanced the stick, and last time I actually wedged it in there and it was pulled out and broken in two and laying on the ground. So I'm sure I'm being watched, so they saw me make this, and we'll see if I get a reaction. I don't know. It must be a territorial marker, and it must mean something to put that stick across there. I don't know if that's a family symbol. I don't know if that's warning. I don't know yet. And the only way to find out is to come to a totally different area. Let's duplicate that symbol and see if we get any reaction. I also left a rock stack right there, 3 rocks. We'll see if that gets any response. Just trying a little bit different stuff back in here. You know, a weird thing? There wasn't any bird calls going on until I made the owl calls, and then all of a sudden I got a woodpecker, and I got some finches. All kinds of bird calls going on now. I guess I just had to wake them up. I'm going to do a quick 360 to give you an idea of the area. stick snap behind me right there. That was interesting. In that direction. Well, let's snap a stick back and see what he says. Excuse me here. From now on, when they play the sticks, what I call the stick snapping game, that means I'll walk into an area like this, and from several different directions, periodically I'll just get a one, just one. Or it's a little bit louder than that. That's about it right there. And I'll get that in front of me. I'll look that direction, then I'll get one to the side. It's a little game they like to play. So I'll play along. Let's see if I can give him another alcohol here. I can't make an alcohol and hold the camera. That's for sure. That was a bad one. Sorry about that. Well, they don't know I'm here. They know I'm here now. I'm going to ease out of the area, filming my back trail. And we'll see if I get any activity behind me. I just feel pretty sure that there's one right down in there somewhere. This is the direction the stick snap came from. And I also got the feeling there's one right back in there. It's just a gut feeling. There's our setup one more time. Let's hope it works out. Okay, thought I'd finish up. I'm on top of the mountain in the area where I've had a lot of activity, and I always come up here and I always build a rock stack and leave a granola bar. They live right in there. That's where they sneak up from. And this is where the gray Bigfoot left me a sprig, a little twig of mountain mint under a pyramid or rock stack, very similar to that one. So I always, every time I come in here, I always redo the stack and leave some sort of food offering. Just trying to build some trust. And see if I can one day get one to show himself. Like I said, this gray one, this showed up on many videos, so he's interested, hopefully for the right reasons. But I'm going to sign off for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching the watchers, kind of see what I do. I've been kind of hanging out and behind the scenes and just being observant, monitoring the areas where I'd be watching other people. Have a good day.